Also, you could do a better job tying her to the chair. Like, obviously, like, a werewolf has some additional strength, and that string was not sufficient. If you're gonna tie a woman to a chair, do a good job.
Yeah, come on. Like, not only are you seeming like a serial killer, you're not even doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my highlight is actually y'all's low light.
That's fair. It was a very well-written scene.
Madison asking Sam to kill her and then Sam killing her. I think that, like, this is how you can save me from Madison. And, like, I think Dean watching them go through that exchange was so necessary after 2 episodes so far this season where Dean should have killed Sam and didn't.
That's fair. Yeah.
And couldn't. Like, not just that he didn't, but that he could not do it.
Yeah.
Even though he really should have. I mean, we're glad he didn't, but I just think Dean needed that. And I also just think Sam and Madison, you know, it was emotional. It was high stakes.
Yeah.
It really, I think, like, Sarah helped Sam think that maybe he wasn't so cursed, and I think Madison immediately convinced Sam that the curse he was, like, kind of fearful of was 100% real.
It's like, oh no, never mind. That's a thing.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Backtracking.
Call CPS. I don't think there's anything specifically. I mean, John's a shitty hunter, but that's not like a CPS offense.
Yeah.
No.
Mental health check. I'm not a psychologist. This segment is based purely on my own opinions. Weekly reminder that if you are struggling with anything at all, please reach out to a professional for help. This week was bad in that Sam had to kill someone he cared about. Also, how much he related to having powers beyond his control. He's just starting to accept that he can't do anything, and I don't think that's a very safe frame of mind to be in at this point in the season.
Yeah.
It's like, if you feel like you can't do anything to control your powers, then you won't try to control them.
Exactly.
But I also think Sam's thinking about it too much in a lot of ways.
True.
I think he brought it up 2 times in this episode, and it's like, Sam, this is not about you. Like, you are projecting onto Madison, and it is not about you.
Yeah.
But, like, that's bad, but I don't think it's, like, the worst thing that's ever happened to them. I think as far as girlfriends dying on Supernatural, this was, like, Madison, I mean, you can't really give informed consent to be shot. Like, that's just not really a thing. But, like, there is some level of consent here that, like, isn't present in, like, Jessica or, like, even Mary. Like, you know, it's bad, but it's what she wanted.
Instead of just being a victim, like, she had some control over the situation.
Yeah.
It's not a great situation, but it's a big change from other women we've seen die on this show.
Yeah, and she wanted to do the right thing. Like, she was a good person who didn't want to hurt other people.
So she had her own character arc, and it ended there, instead of just being fridged.
Yeah, exactly. Soul transactions. None this week. Sam's traumatic brain injury. Sam got his face scratched up, but he stayed conscious.
Yeah.
Dean got knocked out, but Sam was fine.
Damn, Dean.
And to finish off this week's episode, we have Line of the Week. So, Meredith, what's your Line of the Week?
I thought it was very funny when they were watching a soap opera together.
I almost picked that, honestly. Moira, how about you?
It was, you know, for a stake out your car is pretty conspicuous from Madison.
I'm surprised that you guys didn't pick the same one as me, but I'm glad you didn't. Mine is, okay, Sparky, and after we kill it, we can go to Disneyland.
Yay.
True.
Because I love sarcastic Sam.
Yes.
That's it for this week. It's going to be a shorter episode this week, for sure.
We gotta rate the episode.
Oh yeah, rate the episode. Thank you. Meredith, what would you like to rate the episode?
I'm gonna give it like a 7. I'm detracting points because I think Supernatural's werewolves are just really underwhelming.
Okay.
I should have made that my low light. Like, I get they have like budget stuff or whatever, and it kind of fits with the tone of the show, but I want something that looks like a wolf. It's
fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's personal preference, but yeah.
Moira, how about you?
I'm gonna agree with the 7 out of 10 ranking. I liked it, and it wasn't bad. It just, like, wasn't, like, a super favorite episode for me.
Yeah, me either. Like, I like the episode. I think it's a very emotionally impactful episode, but I think, like, the actual, like, werewolf storyline is a little bit boring.
Yeah.
Like, the Madison stuff's interesting, but, like, the Glenn stuff is just, like, so much of not a plot that I literally forgot that Glenn was the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because we're focusing more on the emotional elements of the episode, and the werewolf stuff is, like, kind of there to be a vehicle for that.
Yeah. Not only did I forget that Glenn was the guy, like going back and like when we like I was like rewatching this episode, like not only did I not remember that Glenn was the guy, when it was revealed that Glenn was the guy, I had already forgotten who Glenn was.
Oh, the poor guy.
So like I don't think that the werewolf part of the plot outside of Madison is all that interesting, and it's just kind of like, oh, it's a red herring to get to the Madison stuff. Like it's not the strongest episode of the season. I think it's still a really good episode. I think it's an important episode for Sam. But yeah. That's something we can talk about. But yeah, that's it for this week. Meredith, where can people find you on the internet?
On the internet. We gotta be specific because I keep messing it up. You can find me as Shades of Deianira on Tumblr, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you go there, you'll see lots of really cool drawings for the fantasy series I'm writing.
And Moira, where can the people find you on the internet?
They can find me at Moira_Frisk on everything.
That's great. And next week, we're going to be covering Season 2, Episode 18, Hollywood Babylon. Meredith and Moira will both be back, and Jen will be our other guest.
Yay.
Yeah, we're excited.
I've been KJ, and this has been Supernatural Opinions. If you enjoyed our show, the best thing you can do is subscribe on your podcast app of choice and tell a friend. Check out our link tree in the episode description for all of our social media and any other Supernatural-related projects we might be working on. Send us an email. Our address is supernaturalopinionspodcast@gmail.com, or reach out directly at KJ, at @KJ on all platforms. Thank you to Joe Veretta for our theme song, and our logo was created by Faith Ebert of faithanddesigns.ca. The episode was recorded, edited, and produced by me, Ed and KJ. If you want to hear more from me, you can check out my other podcast, Series of Opinions. And last but not least, a huge thank you to all of our guests.
Some things in this world are supernatural. What we need is a savior. Supernatural.